gotta be grateful, you need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate, so let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 killer track with the mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no breaks on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, hate the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in, homie. Better log in, homie. Log in, homie. Better log in, log in.
Grateful, you need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate, so let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 killer track with the mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no breaks on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, hate the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in, homie. Better log in, homie. Log in, homie. Better log in, log in.
Grateful, you need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate, so let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 killer track.
All right, we live in the building. Salute to everybody that's here. Today is Sunday evening, Sunday night. We got a legendary Kokane in the building.
Man, appreciate you having me on the platform.
And we got Opina back in the building.
Yes, sir. It's not good. Like I missed a whole month or something, just one episode.
You was gone.
I was gone. I was gone one episode, but we back. Man, we chilling, man. Kokane in the building, man.
Man, thank you.
42 years, man.
Damn.
You've been in the game.
Yeah,
42.
That's
long time.
That's 4 decades.
Yeah, 1984, first started my career.
Yeah, some of these guys don't even last 3 months.
Damn.
Or 1 year.
Yeah, real shit.
You know?
Damn, 42 years is a gang of time, bro. Hip hop's been around that long?
Yeah, hip hop been around since 72 with Cool Herc and all them since they started in Grandmaster Flash and all them. You know.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been around. Yeah, that's the date that they have, huh? The 72 with that.
Yeah, about 72.
72.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's and you're and still doing it, still making music that's relevant, still touring. So I just wanted to give you your flowers, dog. That's
Man,
just to start off, yeah.
Salud, appreciate that.
And then we'll get into some. What's
Yeah,
up with
same
the-
here. You know, we got legend in the building, man. Everybody's happy to see you here. So,
Man.
you know, is that you get that everywhere you go?
Yeah, man, the love is genuine, for the real G's in the streets. I don't know about the Hollywood thing, but, as long as the real G's support it, I'm happy with it.
Facts.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know. But let's do a little recap real quick. What recap we got? You weren't here last time?
I wasn't here for the Thursday show. And I don't know. Who do we have?
News. Let's get some news going.
Get some news going.
No
Guys?
recap.
Cool. Got you, dog. What's going on in the news? What's up, Kokane? What you been hearing?
Dog, man, there's a lot of crazy things going on. The world is gone mad.
Yeah, let me pick your brain a little bit. Let me pick your brain, man. What do you think about the whole thing with Iran? I wanted to ask you because you're OG. You've been around a lot of years, and I see some stuff right here. It says from April 20th, 2026 this year, the U.S. Army will be increasing the maximum enlistment of age from 34 to 42.
Right.
To enlist. What do you think of the way things are going, and your opinion? I would love to hear your opinion.
I mean, that's a bunch of bullshit. The war is illegal, plain and simple.
Okay.
And it's deeper than whale shit. You feel me? Because the oligarchs, the Zionists, the Vatican, the Great Pope, the Black Pope, the Rothschilds, they're really ushering in the New World Order.
Yeah.
And when you think in terms of what Iran, is doing, they basically defending themselves. And a lot of people don't agree with this war.
A lot of Americans on the
And
other
it's just
side.
sad that we have to send our children over there to die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I still love where country we come from, but wrong is wrong and right is right.
Facts.
And they're basically planting seeds all over. You gotta look at Mexico. Well, it's not a Mexican president. You understand? So it's deeper than when it comes to the Jewish Zionist. And not everybody's like that. I don't want to put a perception that all Jews are bad, all blacks are bad, all whites are bad, all Mexicans are bad, because that's not the truth. But there's some evil things going on, and it's unfortunate that the people are the sacrificial lambs for that.
Yeah.
Out of the 1%ers, and it's right in front of our face. It's not hidden in plain sight no more.
Yeah, it goes deeper than what a lot of people think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't have to hide it no more. Now it's like, fuck you, we're gonna do whatever we want.
Yeah, it's like I believe that there's a God, there's a Papa Jesus. You know what I mean? And it's the war between good and evil,
Don't move nothing, fool. Hey.
and we all, been a part of that suppression. Speaking in terms of, the black and brown, we all is under the same suppression under private corporations and different other things. We're lab rats. But the good thing about it is that you need something serious in order to have a revolt. It's just like the same thing when Rodney King got beat up. I've never seen something like Bloods, Crips, and SAs walking down the same street with each other. And this was in 1992.
Yeah, the riots.
The riots, and I was there, So it's time for us to all wise up and rise up. You know, the gig is up. It's not hidden in plain sight no more.
Yeah.
And we as a people can make a difference because strength comes in numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like that. What is that game called? The world map where they put like
The
certain.
Sims.
Is
The
that what it
Sims?
is?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
like they just putting, like you said, certain people where they need them to be like like playing chess, almost like playing chess, except they just doing it by force. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
And
what I'm saying?
when you think about it, it's been a setup. They're putting poison in food, poison on water, chemtrails. Because I went to Milan, Italy, just recently, in Germany.
Oh, nice, Italy, Milan.
Yeah, and I didn't see one chemtrail out there.
Oh.
Interesting.
Not at all. So when you look at the Bill Gates Foundation and what they did with the, with the COVID, it's really population deduction.
Yeah.
Because these weirdos get the bright idea that, hey, people don't need land and people don't need this. That's why, they're buying up all the seeds and buying up all the lands. And it's sad because as a culture, farming is very significant for our survival.
Yeah, definitely.
So the farmers are getting it bad right now. And it's like you say, how can we make a difference? One person can make a difference. It's just like how we talking. We have to open up dialogue and stay consistent on this type of mission. Is because, once the people wake up and rise up, then they can make a difference. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's going on. As bad as it looks right now, it's still an opportunity for the people of suppression, primarily the black and brown, and for us to come together like this and show that we not only can make a difference, but we can lead by example.
Yeah. And, you saying that, you're actually right, because it says more than 9 million people did the protest yesterday. It was the marking of the largest demonstration in the history of opposing any president. Yeah.
What was that for?
Is the No King protest? Yeah. And
I see people, but I didn't know what it was for.
Yeah, it was like in every city they got pictures of it, and it's like.
So they're like fighting against the president, or what?
I want to say that. I mean, protesting. Just speaking.
They're throwing bricks and shit, right? You saw that too?
Were they?
Yeah.
Were they? Yeah.
Well, you know what, man? It's like you look at the president, and you got to remember the president is not elected; he's selected.
That's facts.
All
You see what I'm
presidents,
saying?
though, right?
Yeah, billionaires.
When
billionaires.
you look at from a standpoint of Hollywood, sports, when you look at a standpoint of government, it's this organization called APAC that went back since the 1950s.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
And APAC is basically in control. You look at BlackRock, you look at all these corporations, and they're part of the Zionist movement.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, well, they say we're over there because of, Israel,
Yeah.
not because of our own.
Well,
to
technically,
benefit
Yeah.
whatever we got to benefit from.
Technically now, this is not the United States. It's the United States of Israel.
Damn.
Oh, okay, shit. Okay.
I don't know too much about that type of shit, so I stay quiet, bro. Not gonna lie.
But you got to know because, us coming from the ghettos and coming from the Pinta, we're very educated.
Yeah.
Especially when you got to defend yourself and learn certain things. You got to be smart to be able to survive from the ghettos.
Facts.
So now it's like we gotta wake up, man, because it's time for us to really open up dialogue like this.
Yeah.
So it encourages others to do the same thing because strength comes in numbers, like I told you.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are educated. I think a lot of people don't want to speak up. Like I feel like that. Like I'll hear them but they won't want to come on platforms and speak up. I feel like
they're afraid of
yeah.
cancellation and shit.
I don't know about cancellation. I think sometimes it's more of like maybe their friends or it's people they're next to. They don't want to, offend that. But I think in these times, I think it's gonna be needed now to step up to the plate.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and I think a lot of people are doing it. But I think a lot of people are still like they don't want to go. You're in your room with your friends, and me, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I'm gonna say.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? But
Me too.
I see it though. I see it, and I'll be like, hey man, just say what you want to say.
Right.
What's the worst they're gonna do? Punch you in the face?
No,
I mean,
but they're probably just afraid of having like a different ideology than your homeboy or some shit like that,
Yeah.
right? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But you know, when you look at it in nature, you know, put it like this: all sperm cells don't get to the egg. It's a lot shot up in the whoop wop, but only one get to the egg.
Yeah, that's true.
And that one,
Soul survivor, homie.
yeah, is the sole survivor. So we are the ones out of many that maybe cower or maybe scared, but we can make a difference, man. My thing is, I'd rather die standing up than sitting down or laying down.
Or I would like to say on your knees, brother, standing
Yeah.
than die on your knees and shit.
No pun intended, not dying anytime soon, because you got to be
Facts.
careful with your words.
Knock on wood.
But I do respect other people's opinions that don't have my opinions. This is America, so everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, but
and
not
what they
everybody's
believe.
like that though. You like have your own opinion. Sometimes motherfuckers dislike you. They'll fucking
Of
not
course.
talk to you no more. They'll even try to fight you and shit like that because you have a different view than they do.
Yeah.
You know, which it shouldn't be that way. Everybody should have their own way of whatever the fuck thinking or whatever, you know, and still be able to be cool.
Well, it's tough doing the right thing.
True.
It's easy
Yeah.
to do evil.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been all part of that, but when you grow and you realize the same set of circumstance that your homeboys is in a pine box and you living, why do you think you living? Because you have a purpose.
Yes, that
And
is
everybody,
very true.
whether they realize it or not, have a purpose to do something that is not only great, but do something for the culture.
Yeah. And not every time though does someone get old and fulfill any purpose. Sometimes they get old and they were there and didn't do nothing.
Right.
That's true. And I always tell you, right. I always tell my uncles and aunts, they're in their 70s, that thank God, right? And I always tell them, hey, that's why you guys were here to fulfill something.
Yeah.
You know, but there's some people I have seen that didn't even do nothing.
Yeah. Everything's according to a season, like in Ecclesiastics. It's a season. Time to laugh, time to mourn, time to cry, time to joke. And you can't do anything unless it's according to a season, but you always got to remember the ancestors, man. The ancestors is with us. Even in, the Pancho Villa days and days before that, Mexico outlawed slavery. There was a lot of brothers that went over there to fight in the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So they knew that. So they said, how can we get these people pitting against each other? Bingo, private corporations. You know what I'm saying? Change legislation to affect the laws. Targeting black and brown without no probable cause.
Yeah.
These things have been happening, but timing is everything. You got to give props to the people that laid down their life for us.
The OGs
so we
that came
can
before
even,
us. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
so we can even have conversations like this, man. So I credit a lot of stuff who put their life on the line, died with nothing, but just believed in something that was bigger than them. You feel me?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, so, with that being said, now we want to articulate that into music because, back when we was growing up, music had a balance. And Eazy-E knew that a long time ago. He always used to tell us, it's not enough to say I'm down with SA and this. Now I want to put them up because this culture, these people buy our records.
Yeah.
You understand? So it was really a mutual respect when he gravitated toward people like, Kid Frost, Brownside Toker, Danger, rest in peace. Because he wanted a melting pot where we came from, the ghettos. You know what I mean? And still to this day, the seeds that he planted is the reason why I'm able to do what I do with my Chicano brothers. You know what I mean? Is to embrace them, love them, be reciprocal. Because at the end of the day, we all bleed the same.
Yeah.
Too bad it's red and not blue. No, I'm just playing.
Very humble. No, it's a very humble way to have an outlook on that type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everybody's like that. You know?
And at the end of the day, it's about familia.
Facts.
Yeah.
All of us got family and we understand. Nah, that's my
Oh, that's you.
that's my palm.
Oh, I was telling the
Okay.
homeboy. I was like, that was
Yeah,
just,
nah.
we
So
good.
y'all got to deal with that.
Oh, no, we
Okay.
good.
But what a good time it is. As much as bullshit is going on,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful time, you know, to be able to articulate this on platforms like this and all the way through our music to initiate a balance again, because we had a balance. Even when NWA was saying, fuck the police, well, that was positive. What do you mean? Because it was a voice for so many people that could not say it. Now it's just like they want us to total negative. And ain't nobody telling you to say the Lung Foundation. This is an entertainment business. I understand that. You can do a Training Day movie and a Malcolm X movie. You can do American Me, and then you can do Julio Caesar, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's important to have yin and yang, not just the yang, not just the yin. And
little
that's
bit of
what
everything.
that's what we getting back to. You know, so I encourage young homeboys, young vatos out there to go ahead and talk about testimony. Because there's people, it's an illusion when people run around on some Hollywood stuff trying to floss and do all that stuff when that's just a low third dimension dense reality. No, we better than that. You know what I mean? So I encourage people to put some positivity in your music. It's cool to party, you know. Everybody like to party, hear party music.
But is that an OG mindset? You think that's a mindset that the youngsters have though?
The youngsters have they're getting it back now. Is because, you know, we got to have, it's not just all on the youngsters. Some of the OGs too. They dropped the ball. You know what I mean? So the youngsters nowadays are looking towards people that lead by example, not just those that lead by sample. We don't need no sample.
Yeah.
We need examples. That means if this fool said you is who you is, well, stay consistent and stay in the rhythm of that positivity. So that way, that energy, because we all share energy, that energy can relate to the young homeboys out there that want a better life, especially those that got kids now. You know what I'm saying? And coming out of the pinta and different other things to rehabilitate themselves, it's like us as OGs got to show them that, hey, this is the way, because we lost our ways. Like I was telling my homeboy GMZ, back in the days when we grew up, you know, we had gangbangers outside, and Granny would say, man, take that shit down the street.
Get these fools
We
out of
do.
here. Yeah.
But guess what they're doing now? Because of the internet.
Now Granny's from the hood too.
Yeah, now they shooting Granny in the face.
No, you're right. The respect factor's
And
not there.
none of us was raised like that. We was raised to
Respect
your
our
elders.
Yeah, facts.
But at the same time, you know, we got to have some type of accountability now.
Yeah. But I meant more like your mindset. Is it now because you're an OG? Because I'm not sure you were thinking like that when you were younger, like the younger you.
Well, I always had positivity, having songs like No Pain, No Gain. Sometimes I feel like my day is coming. Even going over there, kind of being instrumental in Snoop, leaving, you know, after he came after the last meal. You know, we had Raindrops. We had songs like that was ushering in positivity. It wasn't just about, I can kill 300,000 people on 116 verse, which is unrealistic.
Yeah.
But
You know what I
nowadays, that's a lot of the music nowadays, bro. Like,
Yeah, we've talked about
we
that
got
before.
bazookas, grenades, launchers,
But
all
like
that
I
shit.
said,
How many guys can you kill in one song?
Switches.
Yeah,
You're a serial killer.
yeah. But like I said, this
Serial killer.
this is an entertainment business, and all I'm saying is, write what you write. If that's your lifestyle,
Yeah.
that's what it is. But it's unrealistic to think homeboys ain't going through it, homegirls ain't going through it. Talk about, it's so much shit to talk about that's not only positive, but can also influence others to do the same thing. And I'm telling that from a perspective of raising over 3 generations, man. It's a lot of people that come up to me, which is very good, and I'm humble. They say, man, your music raised me, man. I was going through some dark times, and you talked me off the ledge from doing suicide, homie.
Well, you had a hardcore groupie right here, right now. You know, he was taking pictures, calling
Yeah.
people. You know,
Yeah.
so if you get it here, you get it everywhere.
Yeah. So I always had that mind state, and, you know, being over there with Above the Law, you know, doing Black Superman, Uncle Sam's Curse, Black Mafia, like, we always was talking about government issues and social ill issues. And I think that made us, you know, by creating the G-Funk because it comes from above the law and cocaine.
Facts.
You know, it really resonated with the hood to this day. That's why I think people really go back and really, when it really resonates, they you can see it in their eyes. They're genuine. Like, damn, man, I'm so glad y'all came around, because that type of music was the soundtrack to my life.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. You talk about, you know, growing up in the ghetto, because I did too, you know, so I understand where you're coming from. What was it like growing up? Where for the people that don't know, where'd you grow up at, and describe your upcoming from 0 to 10. What was it like?
It was hard. It was hard on the yard. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Pomona. I'm the west side of Pomona.
West side of Pomona, okay.
And I'm from you know, Sintown, you know, a Crip gang. My brother was. But at the same time, I had a bunch of Chicano homies because I stayed in Happy Town.
Okay,
Like
shit.
Johnny and just you know, it was a melting pot, you know. So I grew up around black and brown, and it was hard, you know, growing up because.
So you grew up on the other side of the 71?
Yeah,
No,
at first we was 714.
Okay.
Then we moved to 909.
Okay, so you were back in that area.
Yeah, I came to Pomona in 1976.
Okay.
I'm giving up my age right now.
That's all good, man.
But I came out there, and originally, you know, we were in L.A., so my grandparents, you know, there was a lot of stuff going on in L.A., so they thought Pomona was a better town to go to, not knowing we was moving out of the frying pan into the boiling pot. Because we was a small town with a big name coming from the SGB side. We was the last city out of County LA. In fact, in order to go to the LA County Fairgrounds, you had to go to Pomona. So we had to kick up dust, man, on all sides, from the north side to the east side to the south. But that landscape we come from is the reason why, you know, the sound and the style and the testimony came out to where it was. You know, my cousin Cole 187, being from Pomona, KMG, rest in peace, being from Pomona, Total Chaos, myself, and then mixing it up with some South Central cats like Gomac and Laylaw, and then the Compton brother put us on. You know, we was a force to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah. How was your family life? Like your mom, what did she do for a living?
Well, a lot of people don't know, man. I come from music royalty. My father, Jerry Buddy Long Sr., came to Motown in 1960. And at first, in 1959, he was working with Little Richard on the Little Chapel record. His name, Jerry Long. I'm Jerry Long Jr.
Okay.
So that's where I come from when you hear songs like Just My Imagination Once Again. That's my father's work. Smiling Faces, that's my father's work. Some of the greatest oldies.
Smiling Faces, that's a oldie one?
Yeah, by Undisputed Truth. Smiling Faces.
Okay, yeah.
So when you look on those records as orchestration director and all that, you know, that's where I come from. And it was a cat named Uncle Willie Hutch who did Brothers Gonna Work It Out. He did the the movie score for the Mac, real big in the 70s. And plus my cousin is called 187.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, the music industry is worse than the dope game. It's not like they reap the benefits from a lot of stuff, because a lot of people was getting fucked in those days.
Yeah, like like royalty rise?
Royalty rise, and that's still going on to this day.
That'll never change.
You know what I'm saying? So we grew up hard, man. We had to suffer and endure every hardships of that suppressed environment we came from, man.
Yeah,
but it was
street life.
Yeah.
And what about Moms? Moms was
a singer in 1969.
That I haven't heard. I've heard about your dad. I've seen other, but your mom was a singer.
She was a singer. That's how they met. You know,
okay.
She was a singer in 1968 or 69. My uncles toured. Uncle George, rest in peace. My grandfather was a tap dancer. His cousin was Charlie Bird Parker.
Okay.
And Della Reese, who played in the movie Harlem Nights. Real peoples.
Oh, was she the bigger girl?
Yeah, you shot me in the pinky,
the one that fought Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
He was like, "Bitch, I'll beat your ass," and then
so that's
and then she brought a blade. No, he took out a blade, or she took out a blade. No, she took the blade out.
Yeah.
And then he had a gun in his ankle.
Yeah. So
that's a good movie. You never seen that movie?
I think
man,
so.
it's crazy.
That's some gangster
I'll
shit.
go watch
So
it
we
now.
had the cheat code. I had the cheat code, man.
Yeah, that's
So
a
I
lot
used
of
to,
history.
I used to.
So it's in the DNA.
Yeah, it's in the DNA, my chromosomes, man. I used to practice singing, rapping. Wasn't no Drakes and wasn't no none of that. I was one of the first ones to do it like how I do it.
With the harmonic.
Yeah,
Style.
the Parliament, the Rick James, the Curtis Mayfield, because I used to try to sound like the Rich Little of them. I used to mimic them. But I was doing this in 82, 83, and then 84 I took it serious.
Took it serious. Okay, shit. That's crazy. Your whole family was all music.
All music, even though we had to live in hard-ass ghettos.
Yeah. Well,
But I'm proud to where I come from, man. It's music royalty, real to
Did your
soil.
family come from like down south?
Well, actually, I was born in South Bronx, New York. You know,
Okay.
the mecca of hip hop. But it was too cold and all that stuff, so my father had some work in Hitsville at Detroit and working with those cats. And then eventually, in the early 70s, we migrated to L.A. So before Pomona, I lived in L.A., you know what I'm saying, lived on 66 in Vermont, went to Arlington Heights in the 2nd grade and all that stuff in 3rd grade. And then, like I said, my grandparents, because they took custody of me at that time, and it's nothing like living with your grandparents, man.
Oh,
Hell
yeah,
no.
that's beautiful.
You know, Granny was the center of all that, you know, and she was the mediator. She cooked the food. She did everything. And, you know, it was very special growing up with my grandparents in Pomona.
it's always like living with grandma. There's always like 5 meals that they make.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Serio.
yeah, real
Yeah.
shit. Like 5.
Yeah.
Is it fried chicken or for me, fried chicken, white rice?
Are you
Or-
saying fried chicken because we got the black homie here?
No,
bro?
man,
stop
that's
that,
it.
man.
Motherfucker right
You know,
here.
essays love
All
chicken
of
more
us.
than
Yeah,
black.
hey, fried
I just
chicken.
went to
That
El
was my
Pollo
favorite. It was
Loco.
hey, it was fried
This
chicken
guy.
and white rice for sure. Abondigas. That's like
Oh, yeah.
that's
You're Mexican. We're saying
Yeah.
enchiladas, homie.
Abondigas is what are you talking
Well,
about?
I got part of my
Cut it
family, Felipe, Alejandro, you know, that's Mexican. Lita.
yeah.
Yeah, so people don't know my story like that.
That's your tia
That's my
Lita.
tia, yeah.
I know. Why is there always a tia Lita?
Yeah.
somewhere in
Lita,
there, bro.
very good, beautiful woman, rest in peace.
Okay.
Sergio, all them. So, you know, I was around, you know,
Yeah.
put it like that, my homeboy, my Brown family.
What's something that's different than I know like Pomona is L.A. County, but what's something that distinguishes Pomona from the rest of L.A. County?
Man, it all go down in the SGB. We from the P, 16th letter can't get no better. Home of the blade and the ray. You understand me?
That's right.
You know, when
Big
you
pimpin'.
Hope
Big
Boulevard,
pimpin'. When
baby.
you talk about Hope, you talk about Mission, it was real in the field. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? It was some gangster stuff from, you know, from Ghost Town, from Trey 57 to Happy Town to Cherryville, Sharkies, all that. You know, some real shit going down in Pomona.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, so you as you're going through your childhood days, you went to school, you graduated high school.
Yeah, I graduated from Ganesha.
Okay.
And it was cool because the good thing about it, we always had an outlet. We had, you know, people used to come to the fairgrounds, you know, Ice-T, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Jam's Army. And we had this spot called Grand Central Station where, you know, a lot of your who's who, even Rakim, Salt and Pepper used to come down there. It was a hot spot for performances. And that was an outlet. You know, my brother took another route. He just got out. He did 11,200 days in Eli. So he got out of it after 31 years.
God
But
damn.
what I did, you know, I was into the lifestyle, but music really saved me. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, back then we used to pop lock and break dance. I was a cold head spinner, pop locker. I was supposed to be in radio. I mean, at the breaking thing, you know, because I used to go to Radiotron.
Yeah.
Back then, I used to see Chris the Glove, DJ Tony G, shout out to my Carana, you know, and we was all like into the culture, you know what I mean? Julio G. It was real big back then. So a lot of cats used to come to Pomona to perform, man. And I took it serious, and then back when Above the Law, you know, formed my cousin and them formed, Above the Law, we were still hustling, still selling dope, still doing a lot of things that I got to plead the fifth on. You know what I'm saying? But music was an outlet. And then the encounter with Laylaw and Eazy-E, it just changed my life, homie. You got to realize I'm being put on from Pomona, and I'm like, of course I come from a background, but it was more growing up in that suppression that made me articulate my writing skills and everything from that small town, Pomona. So when you hear G-Funk, if you're into the words that I say and everything, I got that from Pomona.
Okay. And you started doing music at what age? During your teens, I'm assuming.
It was teens, 1984.
High school days
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah. Nah, it was younger than that because
Middle school probably.
you got to remember when we were growing up, we were listening to a combination of music like a big pot of Monuno or gumbo.
Yeah, like what though? Like what was popping?
Stylistics, old school shit.
Yeah.
You understand? And then the funk. Once the funk came, it was over with. Seeing George Clinton come out the sky, and it touched the soil, not just blacks, it touched browns, whites, Asians, purple people.
Everybody.
Everybody. And that had an impact on my whole stuff because I had a chance to see Parliament at the Coliseum, and they came down in this fucking mothership and shit. And I was like, God damn. I know they talk about aliens now, but I was like, these motherfuckers just aliens. back
Out of the
then.
world, rock stars.
And it's something about that funk that made the West Coast.
Yeah.
Pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? And, I was always a funk baby, a star child, so to speak. I was always into the oldies. All the real gangsters and homies that ride lowriders used to be in the oldies.
Facts.
You understand? Now it's like, when you listen to R&B, it's just stupid because it's like, I want to get you on the dance floor and fuck you hard. No, we wasn't with that. It was more like that music was attached to our lifestyle.
Right.
So when I used to see my uncles riding them big Cadillacs and lowriders, you would hear the stylistics, you would hear the dramatics, you would hear Parliament, you would hear all that shit that we still roll to right now.
Facts.
You dropped your debut album, Addictive Hip Hop Music, in 1991. I believe it was around that time, right?
Yeah.
But prior, leading up to that album, like, where were you making songs before that? Because you had like a 3-song album with Ruthless, right?
Right.
A 3-song EP with Eazy-E. Was that before or after?
No, I did a demo. Originally, I was going to be put out in 1987 because I did something with my Uncle Willie Hutch from Motown. Okay. But we had creative indifferences because he was like, brothers gonna work it out. We was like on some gangster shit.
Yeah.
But I respectfully left. The following year in 1988, I was going to sign with Bobcat, LL's the DJ. That's his cousin. Because he was out here doing a lot of stuff, but it didn't work out. So when 89 came and Above the Law was being, about to be put out, I seen Murder Rap. I went over to my auntie's house and Hutch said, man, I got a name for you. Because my name used to be J. Gold. Because my grandmother named me J. Gold because my funny color eyes. Don't laugh, my grandmother
J.
named
Gold?
me J. Golden because of my green eyes, right?
Okay.
So my grandma did that. Don't laugh at it.
Nah,
my grandma.
I respect grandma.
So he said, nah, man, we with Eazy-E, man, the world's most dangerous group. And this is Hutch talking to me, and he said, man, I got a name. Because originally he was going to be called Kokane, but he was Lyrical Murder, Cool 187. And he said, I got a name for you because how we going to do this, man? Your funk, it's like warning, listening, maybe become addicting when they hear your funk. You cocaine, you cocaine. I sat back for like 2 seconds in 89. I said, that's the dopest name in the game.
Yeah,
right?
That's crazy.
And that started me as Kokane, and it was cool. It fit more than the OJ glove being at Ruthless Records because we love controversy.
It makes sense now. Addictive hip hop music. Yeah.
So I did my album in 89, but I had to wait to Above the Law put out Living Like Hustlers. And back then, Eazy-E was considered our West Coast Russell Simmons. Made one of the biggest deals ever with myself, Above the Law, and a group called Poor, Broken, Lonely. Chris the Glove in them, right? But we put out a cut called Nickel Slick Nigga, and everybody was looking for Kokane, but then the FCC laws was coming down on Tommy Mottola, Al Masako, Kenny Camisar. These are executives over there. And in the last 6 months, man, they changed it around because they were scared of getting sued. So they changed my name from Kokane to Who Am I? So when Fools was going to the thing and said, okay, we looking for cocaine. Who is this motherfucker saying, who am I?
Yeah.
But that door being shut in my face was one of the greatest things for me because it made Eazy-E hot, Above the Law, Dr. Dre, and they said, well, fuck it. Then you be a writer on NWA. So I wrote Eazy-E's 10 Gangster Commandments on Appetite of Destruction and introduced a character called Sweet Talk. Well, I'm right here all across the USC Compton March. They don't be known to walk through the shadow of it. That was me on there doing the Jamaican. Tell the pussy where you'll sip. So this was on the Publicizing album. And I didn't care about being on the radio because I was platinum. So I was like, suck my dick. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was back then. And then I had a chance to get on, Black Mafia Life, which was incredible projects. And
That's Above the Law.
that's above the law.
Above the Law.
And being a part of those projects was incredible.
You were on there twice.
I did a bunch of stuff.
Songs? Oh,
Bunch
not
of
just
songs
you
with
wrote
that.
for. Did you write? Too?
Yeah, I was a writer.
I know you're featured on 2 songs for sure.
Yeah,
On that one.
a little bit more
More
than
than that one on that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Trying to
so-
remember. It's been a long time since I bumped those
Yeah,
albums, dog,
so-
but I used to bump
And
them a
Uncle
lot.
Sam's Curse, I was all over that.
Okay.
And that was one of the biggest singles they had called Black Superman, which Black Superman and the Uncle Sam's Curse record, it wouldn't be no Uncle Sam's Curse if we didn't do Funk Upon a Rhyme because that was a joke. When
That's
I was
your
saying,
album, 94.
Yeah,
right? Funk Upon
we
a
did that in 93, and I changed my whole style. We really went all the way there. And I was saying on the commercial, hey, man, they got a Black Superman. So Black Superman being the biggest hit for Above the Law was a joke on my record. And that's how that came out. And Eazy-E white labeled, snuck it out. That's why Eazy was a visionary. And when we was hot at Eazy because we wanted to put out California first. That was on Uncle
That's
Sam's
the one that you
Curse.
gotta have heart
Yeah.
to live in
That was
Cal.
supposed
That
to be
song
the
is
first
one of my
single.
favorite ones.
Yeah.
dog.
But
Bump that shit all
Eazy
day.
was a visionary, man. He put it out. And then after 3 weeks, when that shit started being everywhere, we was like, oh, shit.
He knew what he was talking about.
Eric was amazing. See, Eric had Eazy-E, had speakers, had rims, and all the stuff that you see Dre and them did came from Eazy-E.
Yeah. How was it when you met him for the first time?
Man, I was
Were you starstruck?
no, not at all, because I come from music.
Okay.
He was what?
Okay.
My dad was one of the greatest musicians. So it really didn't, I ain't gonna iron out the wrinkles in the motherfucking balls. I'm not doing that. So, but it was mutual because it's something that I identified with, and we all did. See, Eazy-E, he was a real motherfucker, man. From Kelly Park, and he grew up with essays, and he did a lot of good stuff for the community that people don't know. He was never in a movie driving down the street crying because that NWA movie is only 30% true.
They made him look dirty.
Made him look
Did him-
dirty.
Yeah, did him dirty.
But let me tell you, let me fill in the gaps, man. Eric was a special human being because he gave to all cultures, bro.
Yeah, he did.
And he didn't care what you thought.
As long as he was real.
As long as you was a real motherfucker. So when I met him, he was big already. They had Boys in the Hood. They did all that shit. But see, Eric would come around and he didn't give a fuck if you didn't have $1 in your pocket. He made you feel like a millionaire, bro. He come in with these Cortez and all this stuff. And it just made you feel like he was a gangster superhero. I mean, I'm not lying to kick it, brother.
Yeah, those good vibes, dog.
Man, he
Someone
was a
walks in there.
gangster, homie. He was a gangster. He ran his company like a professional jefe, homie.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What year did you meet him in?
1989.
Oh, in '89. Okay.
Yeah, this was and
Prime NWA, right?
Yeah,
Prime,
and
okay.
this is when we had a chance to go to London, the only NWA tour it ever was. He took us. So you can imagine a young Kokane from Pomona. I'm up in London like, fuck everybody.
Fuck, how was that like, dog?
Oh,
Fuck,
man.
Imagine.
We go out there, bro, and it's like 10,000 people at the airport. You talk about getting mobbed like the Beatles. That was some of the scary shit, bro, believe it or not.
Man.
Because they were very serious, man. Eazy was just love. NWA was big over there above the law, Kokane. They didn't even really know me, but they accepted me, you know, and it's just, you know, to
Take me
this
through
day.
that. Who were the openers for that? Like,
Miss
who-
Chalet went over there,
Okay.
above the law, Kokane, NWA.
Just those four.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good show.
And that really taught me something. The world is bigger than the hood.
Right. Yeah.
So it gave me a different, broader perspective on different cultures going out there, you know, because some fools don't get a chance to do what we do.
Yeah, they don't get a chance to leave the hood.
Some
You know
people
what I'm
don't
saying?
even do shows out of Cali, man.
Yeah.
Most artists from Cali.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, so it was so cool to go over there and meet people, and it let me know that, hey, man, you're in the most blessed position you could be in. Make sure you rise to every occasion, because back then we didn't have it's easy. You know, people use auto-tune, people use this. You had to have talent. That means if you didn't rise to the occasion, sit your ass down on the bench. It was like that. And I was like, fuck that, homie. Cocaine,
Were you there
Be
when
right.
you said you went on their first and only tour? So on that tour where they got kicked off the stage by the cops, you were there?
No, I didn't happen to be on there because that was before.
That was Detroit, right? I
Yeah,
think.
that was before. That wasn't '89. That was before. But they had a lot of
Oh, that was probably just a show, not a tour, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people talk about Jerry Heller, but I tend to play the
You said he was a dirtbag. Is that true?
I play the devil's advocate. There's a lot of dirtbags in this game.
Facts.
You know, just don't put it on one person.
No, I'm just
But-
saying that people
but-
saying that he was a dirtbag, right?
Yeah,
But then people
but-
say other shit. They say he was a cool guy.
Yeah, but you know, it's you look at the industry now, Epstein list, Diddy list, it's to let you know it's all kind of dirtbags, right?
Facts. Even your
So-
own people do you dirty.
Yeah. So when I met him, you know, first thing Jerry Heller said when I came in, he's like, "Hey guys, want some chicken?"
Oh, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
he had
Is that
chicken
good
jokes.
or bad?
He had
Oh,
some
he had
chicken
chicken
jokes.
joke. Oh, I thought he actually had some
way
chicken.
before your chicken vote.
Oh, this
the Jew guy had chicken
Oh, so
jokes.
I'm a dirtbag too.
Yeah,
Oh,
why
no,
you
you're not a
thinking like
dirtbag.
that?
But we was like, what the fuck is he talking?
Why you think like that, bro?
But he was so cool, and you got to realize because of
But then those type of jokes were like normal back then.
Oh, I
Weren't they,
didn't
like,
take- we didn't
people
take-
didn't take
take
offense to
offense
them
of
like
it.
now. Now they want to cancel you over shit like that.
yeah,
Right.
you know. But I don't take offense to it because I know your stilo. You know, if you was something else, then it'd be something else. But
Like
I
what
don't
way
take-
it comes off and shit.
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
like,
and you know, any fool can discern like, oh man, you trying to clown me.
yeah, facts.
You know, so I don't take offense to people that, you know, we both reciprocal towards bagging and all that. That's
Yeah, there you
bullshit.
go.
But Jerry Heller, because of his line, is the reason why we were able to take the controversy of niggas for life, who would dare say niggas for life, NWA. I mean, you got to realize they were at top 10 number one hits without no radio play. And that was through that Jewish line. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you see the movie, it's so 30% like because they forget about J.J. Fad. Because of the J.J. Fad record, Supersonic has opened up everybody's nostrils to Ruthless Records. So what Jerry Heller was able to do was take the numbers and say at the same time, you know, because he was the biggest booking agent in the 60s. He had groups like Ozzy Osbourne, Led Zeppelin, and all that. That's Jerry Heller from Canada.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
one of the
yeah.
biggest booking agencies ever. So he had those relationships, and it made it easier to get in the dough.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
huh? It's
So
not.
Jerry Eller's real important.
It's
to
who
the
you
game.
know. It's who you know.
Yeah,
You
he was
know?
real
Yeah.
important. But he has some janky ass ways.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, are they janky or is that just business in general, bro?
Well, anybody that's coming from that type of line, when it comes to black and brown, they call us liquid money.
What does that mean?
You liquid money. They use you. That means they use your talent, use everything else to
They squeeze everything out of you?
create some money, put their kids in college that only knows yada yada music and don't know nothing about the culture.
The history.
While the culture is suffering, their kids is going to college.
Damn.
Yeah, right.
So this
So we
is
get-
this
we-
is not nothing new.
We get used and abused.
That's it, man. We get used and abused a lot until we stop using and abusing each other.
Facts.
You feel me?
Jimmy Iovine the same way.
A lot of them are because that's what's been set up. Hollywood, you got to look at all the stuff they own. Everything. They own everything.
Everything, entertainment, movies, banks.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Rothschilds.
Yeah, the banks.
Yeah, J.P. Morgans. You got to look at your BlackRock. That's the APAC.
It ain't ever going to change, so you got to learn how to play the game, right?
Yeah,
would say?
you got to learn to a certain extent how to be diplomatic and keep it business. You know what I mean?
You don't think it'll ever change over time?
Nah.
Nah.
I think they already set it up where they're in charge forever, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's going to be passed down to their own fucking people always.
yeah. But
You
we
know?
can make a difference. You know why? Because when you do platforms like this, you're making a difference, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah. For the hood, for the homies, for us.
Yeah. For the hood, for the Rasa, for everybody. Straight up.
I like that song. Don't bite the funk. Kokane said that shit's hard.
Thanks,
He was
man.
dissing everybody. I like all the OG diss tracks, dog.
Well, we had a right to say that.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like I like I like Hit 'Em Up by Pac. I like that one I Smell Pussy by 50 Cent. I like all I'm a avid studier of the diss song. That was a good one. I like that one. That's
Thanks,
top,
man.
To me, that's top 5.
Thanks, man. We had a lot to say because originally, in '89, me and Warren G stayed with Code 187 at the Cottonwood Apartments in Colton on Mount Vernon because Hutch took Warren G in. Yeah, and Hutch taught Warren G the MP3.
Oh, that's the ghetto right there.
Yeah. So Warren G always used to tell us in '89 about this kid named Snoop Rockski and his brother named Nathaniel, how they want to bring him to the table above the law and Ruthless. Back then, Suge was my manager. Wasn't no death row even thought about. Wasn't no dog pound even thought about. So when Snoop and Nathaniel auditioned, because we had a studio in Inglewood and Centinela, that was above the law studio, originally Snoop and Nathaniel was going to be Ruthless artists. And a lot of people don't know that.
Nathaniel's Nate Dogg.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So we were going to put them on. But at the same time, going into 1991, we do our Above the Law record, Black Mafia. We do the Evil Pizzagg and come out with 100 Miles of Running and all that shit. And Dre was setting on leaving because of discrepancies. And we were going to leave Above the Law and Kokane. So Suge was involved back then and said, man, because he the one opening up. And Suge was smart. He went to college. He said, these points don't match these points in this. And he was right. So we were going to leave Above the Law and Kokane. Snoop wasn't even thought of it because he was auditioning. He was a fan back then. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But we were going to leave. But Eazy said, I'm not giving up Above the Law and Kokane. You can have Dre. You can have DOC. Because Dre wanted to leave because of those discrepancies on the business and schematics back then, and we all was. But we, Above the Law and Kokane, rekindled our business relationship because we didn't want to leave Eazy. And Eazy was going to get rid of Jerry Heller. He was trying to make it right, but things happened and they left, and it was crazy because when Dre left and Eazy, they were, having some type of words. They were both our homeboys. It was like, we don't want to get into it. But then those evil forces that started Death Row because we backed out of the deal. I remember Suge coming up to La Cienega and Centinela, and we said, nah, we don't want to do the deal. He didn't say nothing. Suge always had respect for us. Suge always bothered the person he seen bitch in. We didn't have no bitch in us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It does seem that way.
Yeah, so once we bagged out, we was still cool with Dre and still cool with Eazy. But then when they started Death Row, we started hearing of these kids named Corrupt and Das, and we didn't know that because they're younger than us. And it was like still cool, but then they started dissing us. And it's a trip because Dr. Dre called Code 187 and said, Warren G's over here with this tape. And he's playing, and I know you're working with this kid. What do you think I should do? Because Dre and Code 187, they inspired each other. You see, they was around each other when Dre didn't have a car. That's how they go back. Real camaraderie and brotherhood, you know what I mean?
That homie shit.
That homie shit, real homeboy shit. So Dr. Dre called after he left, started Death Row. We stayed with Eazy. He called Hutch and said, man, Warren is over here. What do you think I should do, man? Hutch vouched for Snoop Dogg, Snoop Rocksky at that time. And when he vouched for him, he said, man, work with the kid. And I was like, used to tell Hutch, man, Snoop is a cold freestyler. So back when 6 months passed, all of a sudden, me and Hutch driving down the street, and we just hear this song called Blunts and Tanqueray. This kid named Corrupt. I don't drink no OG. I only drink the OG. Cocaine, you to blow up. And we was like, who is this nigga?
Yeah.
Dissing us. But we knew back then it was Death Row against Ruthless. And ain't no, it's like a gang. It's like, I don't touch my gang, nigga, fuck you.
Facts.
They was like us. So the reason why in 1993 we recorded the album, because when you hear The Chronic, it sounds just similar to Black Mafia. So they took our concepts, they took our words. You would never heard the word Ballin', Chronic, G-Funk if it didn't come from our cat. So they fooled the people, and we made a song, Don't Bite My Funk to Feed You. You know what I'm saying? And we dissed the shit out of them at that time because it was on. This was before the BG knockout thing. Nah, it was Don't Bite the Funk. And they didn't rebuttal from that. And it's something about...
Yeah, they didn't really, like, when the Death Row Ruthless shit was going on, they didn't really go at Ruthless like the way they went at Bad Boy. Like, it just seemed like they didn't want that. Down. They didn't want that back and forth with Ruthless. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, but, some gangster shit going down behind.
Because Eazy had that whole Straight from the Streets of motherfucking Compton.
Yeah.
Right?
We did Dr. Dre 187 Killer, where Dr. Dre's on there with the secrets and the record crew shit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is history, you know what I mean? And we was clowning them.
What would you do? Then. That was Eazy's diss, right?
Yeah, what would you do? Yeah. One of my favorite ones is, well, it's the knockout definition, baby.
That was a radio one. Well, the more commercial one.
Yeah, with him and Drayster and all that.
Yeah.
But when Eazy-E died, it was hard because they froze the assets. Tamika and them, Ron, what was his name? Ron Sweeney, their attorney.
So business just
halted. So back then, I mean, we couldn't get our money, man. So we had to revert back to the streets real hard. And then I used to go to a lot of studios, whether it was blacks, Chicanos, and 9 times out of 10, they liked whatever I was doing. So it created a safe haven for me to do features. Now, years later, I'm the most featured artist in the world, over 4,500 features. From platinum.
I got one.
On the planet. But I wasn't thinking like that. I had kids, I had a novia. I had to feed them, man. Yeah. And I was working my ass off, you know what I mean? And he just fucking...
What was the difference between Eazy-E and Suge Knight's business? Like,
Well, Suge was on it in terms of talking about the paperwork ain't right. And Eazy found out he got duped. So he was going to get rid of Jerry Heller. Jerry Heller really had love, but there's forces that you don't understand that is behind that. Some call it Illuminati, some call it this. You be the judge of it.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, but like, let's say, how about their persona? Were they both cool motherfuckers, or were they like...
Suge was always cool. I mean, my first car he got me was, Ferrari. I got mine from a chop shop. Ron Brown from the Rams had in Anaheim. It's real shit. I can say it now because ain't no snitch.
Yeah.
It's on public record. But Suge was always cool because he liked it above the law and Kokane because we didn't back down. We were no busters. You know, some funk went down. We was in it. We was getting them up. All kind of, yeah. Like tips. Schmitty's on food. You know what I'm saying? So he respected that. You know, we respected him. You know what I mean? But he was on to something coming out of UNLV. He understood how agreements are supposed to do it. He was intelligent. And he made his case. But see, Eazy was intelligent too. And Eazy ran his company. He didn't dupe everybody. You know what I mean? He cared about his artists. You know, you hear a lot of misconception. That's some bullshit. Ain't no way in hell my homeboy driving down the street crying at a bulletin board in the motherfucking movie talking about he died with nothing. No, Eazy had game, homie. And because of the success of Ruthless Records, Suge copied Ruthless Records. It wouldn't be no Death Row. No, even Kendrick, even 50 Cent, go to the Ruthless tree. Everything was depending on the success of Ruthless Records.
The Godfather.
All this shit wouldn't he be talking. We wouldn't even be talking about none of this shit if Eazy didn't put up his hustle money.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Straight up.
that hustle money from the streets.
Yeah, he took
That's
a
that
chance.
muscle money, dog.
The Godfather. Would you say he's the Godfather of hip hop rap?
Yeah, he did something that Ice-T drew the blueprint, but Ice-T drew the blueprint from Schoolie D, who came from the East Coast. That's how gangster rap. Because we didn't call it gangster rap. We call it street reporting, street knowledge. Yeah. But white media came in and coined it. They figured all these bunch of niggas running around and that's gangsters. But that was intentional because they wanted to use it from a corporate point of view to do more of that because music is the big influencer. You know, so
once again, the crime to squeeze out everything they could from the fucking streets.
The crime rate went up. Everything went up, you know, and we didn't know it because we coined it street knowledge. But they came in and wanted to use it, you know, to their benefit to influence a lot of kids to not talk about balance but talk about this. And it's unfortunate that when music, it really can either influence you or it can kill you. I can make you do stupid shit.
But you don't think movies can do that too? Or you think it's just rap?
Well, this is an entertainment business. Nobody telling you to say the Lung Foundation. You know what I'm saying? I ain't. Yeah. You know, you can do a Scarface movie and turn around and do this. I understand. But we had a balance in our music. And they were both popular. You can hear NWA and turn around and hear Public Enemy. And they were popular. But see, the corporate people came in, you know, those people 1%er, and they figured we can really capitalize on this because they make money in jails and they make big money in wars. And it worked. They say the system is broke. No, the system worked. It worked good.
You were saying the movies, they run that too. So
they run everything.
Makes sense. Yeah.
No, why do you think you had, in the wars, you had so many war movies? Because it was all about propaganda.
Of course.
So if they can sell propaganda to you, they can influence you to do shit that you never thought you'd do. And it worked.
Mm. How was Ice-T at that point in the 80s? Was he like a big megastar when it came to rap? Because wasn't he like one of the innovators as well?
Yeah, he was. I mean, Ice-T came from the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? And when he came out of here, you know, he was one of the biggest jacklers, jewelry, all that stuff, man.
What does jacklers mean?
Jacker.
Oh, a jacker. Oh, yeah. Stick him up.
Stick him up, kid. You know what I'm saying?
Reach for the moon, motherfucker.
Yeah, but he had game, though.
Like a pimp?
Oh, yeah, he was like a PI. He had game. I remember Ice-T, you know, going along the Venice Beach, and he pulling up in 1984 in a slant nose. You know what I'm saying? Porsche. So he had the complexion for the connection. He had to give the gab, man. You understand me? So Ice-T is very important because he drew the blueprint to what years later Eazy would be able to capitalize and open up a door for us.
Yeah.
So Ice-T is very important to this game.
So once Eazy passed away, you had like a hiatus from music, or you were doing features? You said you were doing.
I was doing features. Well, what had happened is Eazy passed in '95, and in 1996, me and Yella got together and did a tribute record called "One More Nigga to Go." This is for the E, a real Compton City G. And then I was signed to this group called Scotty Brothers, and I did a thing called Paradas Only. And that was cool because that's the same year Tupac got out. Now, Tupac was always cool with us because in 1991, 90, from 92, he was hanging with Above the Law, Kokane, Laylaw, and NWA.
Pac.
Yeah, Pac.
Yeah.
When he had the Gumby.
He was on Black Mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's the one who said, I'm from the G-Funk, but you can call it what you want.
I'm like, dude, I used to bump that
way
shit. I'm trying to
before
remember.
anybody was talking about that.
He was on. Pac was on that album for sure. Yeah.
And Pac was wild. He was a firecracker. But he was heavily influenced by us. You can even look it up. In 1991, he's on stage with me, performing. He really wasn't with no Snoop or none of that. He was with Above the Law, NWA, Kokane. That's why in 1996 I was going to be a part of his One Nation. You know what I mean? Because me and Spice One did a song with him called Fortune and Fame. You know what I'm saying?
I know that song.
Yeah, me, him, Edie, I mean, we did that. And I think that was the last song he did because...
The one that goes, what is it, dying for?
Yeah.
Fortune and Fame.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
That didn't come out, did it? It came out on Machiavelli albums, right?
Machiavelli.
Yeah,
Machiavelli albums.
Yeah. So we were supposed to go to New York, but back then I had contractual agreements and we had to push this record. Me and Yella called One More Nigga to Go. And me and Spice One went up to Can-Am. I remember, let me tell you a story. I was at the Madrian. It was me, Ant Banks, after I did a song when Ice-T used to live on Sunset Plaza up in Hollywood Hills. Had a badass spread. We did a song there. So I was at the Madrian and was kicking it. We driving. I see this peanut head. I said, damn, it looked like Pac. I heard he was out.
You had a peanut head?
Yeah, he had a peanut head. So we go to the side. Yeah, he had a peanut head.
Yeah. I looked at my wife because she always says that's what I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay,
What
shit.
the
But we seen him pull over to the side, and Pac was like, nigga, what's happening? What's up, Go? So we go to the Madrian, and he said, come to the studio, man. I'm working on this thing called One Nation, because he was going to start his own thing besides being with Death Row called One Nation. He was going to link in the East Coast and the West Coast and shut down the walls between us because he was really mad at Diddy because he know Diddy was with the fuckery and set him up. He knew that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Fuck, I think we all know that.
Yeah,
facts.
now you know.
Yeah.
But we were going to do this, and he said, I want y'all to come to Las Vegas with us, you and Spice One. But I had to work on a record with Yella. And then the next day I heard he got popped because B Legit told me, called me. I was at my office in Santa Monica, and he said, man, they got him. And it just, here I was, like, damn, I'm back to this Eazy-E thing. Because when one fool died, you remember all the homies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it really put me in a dark ass place, man. Like, why am I doing this shit, man?
Well, all the doors are closing on you.
Yeah. But I kept it up because I believe before the money, you got to love what you do or don't do it at all. Yeah. I love music because I come from music.
Yeah.
So you couldn't stop me. You know what I mean?
How was it working with Snoop early on?
Well, I knew Mr. Calvin Brodus. He was a fan of mine, fan of Above the Laws. And Warren G is responsible for all those cats. He don't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, he don't.
He get the credit taken from him. And I don't like that. He's so kind-hearted, but at the same time, Warren G, man, paid his dues for a lot of cats. And he's very responsible for a lot of cats being put on. He's responsible for so many things, man. And to this day, he's the only one that decides to get up and say, you know, when he's on camera, our Breakfast Club and anybody, and they, you know, the media don't know. They be like, so you created G-Funk. He's like, no, hold on. No, I didn't. That came from above the law, Kokane.
Yeah,
that
they think it's
them.
him. Yeah, they think it's him because of
But
his,
see,
yeah,
back
facts.
when they said, asked that with Snoop and all that, he didn't say nothing. He ran with it.
Damn.
So we were hot at him like, come on, man, you're a car thief at that time, you know? But then I was working with some people.
So you were a bag snatcher when we were creating G-Funk.
Yeah.
The fuck you talking
You
about?
take our shit. But we squashed it, which was cool. In 1999, he said he want to put this group together called the East-Siders. It's with two opposing hoods that were going to come together with Trady and Goldie.
Yeah.
You know, so the first record he did is at the Music Grinder, and we did dun 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 dun. Oh, so I, you know, we did that song, and that set it off. You know what I'm saying? And
That opens up the album.
yeah, that opened up a lot of things. And then I had a chance to, go back with Dr. Dre because I sing L.A. Niggas on the Chronic 2001. You see what I'm saying?
You didn't work with him prior to that?
Of course I did. I'm on the Evil Forsaken album, Niggas for Life. I'm a co-writer. I wrote Eazy-E's 10 Gangster
No, I'm talking about
Commandments.
Snoop Dogg.
No, he was auditioning.
Yeah, he
for us
wasn't.
back
He
then.
wasn't.
I knew him when he wasn't
When he was a small pup.
nobody. Yeah, he
He
was.
was a pup.
He was Calvin. You know what I'm saying? And 1999, we embarked on an incredible creative journey. You got to remember, man, we did Last Meal. I was only supposed to be on 2 or 3 songs. He ended up using me on.
Well, that's actually Snoop and Kokane.
Yeah.
The Last Meal.
Yeah, because what it did after the No Limit, not to cut you off, what it did after the No Limit, it really got his crown back
Yep.
with the sound. Because he was going through so many things. He even signed, like the Miz said, he was broke.
Yeah, he says it himself. He was broke.
He was broke. So
He said P saved his
Master
life.
P, yeah, saved his life, put him on. But then he still didn't have that sound that made him, which came from the G-Funk sound.
Yeah, because his 2 albums on No Limit, they didn't sound
Dirty
like Snoop.
South sound.
Yeah,
That's
they
what it
weren't
was.
West Coast or Snoop sounds, you know.
So it really, I was an intricate cornerstone piece to that house. Being on 11 songs with Deuces, 11 songs on Deuces and Trays.
That's the East Siders album?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that shit.
11. And a bunch of songs on the East Siders Presents. 8 or 9 songs on the Last Meal.
Are you the one singing the Sticky Fingers? Sticky Fingers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Snoop singing that. I'm on Cool on a lot of songs. So I was definitely an important part to Dogg House at that time. We did Pay the Cost to Be the Boss. I was on the Doggy's Angels, all the volumes of Church Records. So he used me, you know what I'm saying? And it really helped him get his money back and everything else. But once he signed the MCA Chapter 11, which was going to be bankrupt, he started acting kind of different.
Yeah.
But I didn't pay no mind. To continue to shine and got on Malice in Wonderland and all that. And, you know, it just came to a point to where the business wasn't correct. My royalties didn't come because a lot of people don't understand, even though I'm on all those records because I'm the one that did the most, I think, records with him as an artist and vice versa, but I never got paid no royalties from Snoop. So right now I got a case. We're into it. Not just Daz and everybody else. I did more songs than anybody. Now you got to think about those records, the multi-platinum, different things. But he kept the bread.
So on the Last Meal, you got nothing?
We got upfront money, which that's recoupable off the advance of royalties.
Yeah.
Of course. But it's not. It's about getting your publishing. It's about getting your
back end.
royalties, your back end.
Yeah.
And all that stuff he was talking about, Suge, he makes Suge look like a poster boy. You understand?
That wouldn't fall on No Limit because those albums were under No Limit.
Well, No Limit sold, they made other business deals. But, got to realize I did records after Last Meal.
Yeah, other ones as well.
You can even look, 220. Never put them on, That's why you in this business, you really got to watch what you do because it's a smiling face everywhere. And unfortunately,
But that's Uncle Snoop, though. You can't just reach out like, hey, what's up, dog?
No. It's different for me. Anybody else, he auditioned in front of me, so our relationship's a little bit different.
You're a big brother?
Big brother. You understand? So you could try to talk to somebody, but then they hide through bodyguards. They hide through this. They hide through that. So I got to the point to where, I moved away, created my own label. 18 years ago, I took a page out of what Prince was saying about Napster, created my own .com site when people were doing the tap dance by getting a plaque that you only get 0.07. That's stupid. No, I did that right. You know what I mean? I did that with my family, and we started our company called Buddy Boy Entertainment. I said, once I get to rebounding and get back up, then I'm going to go back to the doors and start spanking people's ass because you owe me.
Yeah, facts. That's what Das is doing too, right?
Yeah, Das is doing that right now, and our stuff is kind of equally yoked to each other. But at the same time, I mean, I'm going hard, and it's not like I don't like Snoop because I love our chemistry is one of the coldest ever.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Stacey Adams, Go Away.
I know.
All that shit. Raindrops.
Pump Your Brakes.
All that shit.
Fucking classics, bro.
But right now he's at the point where he's trying to reverse psychology. Don't count my pockets. I never count no nigga pockets. I made my own without even thinking about going back. I'm going back to clean that up. I don't count people to pockets, but I want you to dig in your pockets and give me mines.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Big difference. Yeah, I mean,
what made you go public with it though?
Well, somebody asked me. I'm in Germany drinking some Jaegers, handling my business, doing my thing out there. And then my guy, shout out to Big Steel, we had an interview, and it was just basically asking me about Daz, what do you think? And I said he has some validity what he was saying because I don't know what it's like to get a royalty check. That shit went viral.
Yeah.
So I think it's time. We living in different times. The court of public opinion is very powerful.
Facts.
Because if we didn't hear that in the whispers, we wouldn't be talking about the Diddy and Epstein list.
Yeah.
So I know, it's not about making them look bad. It's about
getting a response.
Pumping some of your narcissistic shit down to say, look, bro, you ain't bigger than the program. I don't care who's scared of y'all. I ain't. You understand? Because no man is bigger than the program. I don't give a fuck who you is.
Facts.
So all I'm doing is really like a big bro. Since you want to hide and since you want to mock and different things, to let you know, ain't nobody running around here broke. Multi-millionaire, got my things cracking on my own. And it's not about the money. Nigga make the money, but the money don't make the nigga.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really like I'm checking this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like when people are scared of certain people because they scared they get black, I don't care about that. I touch 4 corners of the earth. I can pick up any call I want to, and because the respect I put out in the streets is the reason why I'm here to this day.
So what's your end game right there? Just get what's yours?
Of course I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
There's certain things that I will not put it in the public because it's a stupid businessman. I'm not a stupid businessman. So things that happen accordingly, and God don't like ugly. It's not about making. If Snoop was to get up today and say, look, man, I just want to make this right. Let me get Daz. Let me get Coke. Let me get everybody that I said 2 years on Drink Champion. I'm going to give them their publishing back. But then it went somewhere else, sour. That's why all we got didn't do good. That's why the East Siders didn't do good. It's not like those records wasn't good. It's just the business and the motives behind there is the reason why people are talking about it now.
Has he reached out and tried to make it right with you since those videos came out?
I think it's an embarrassment. So your silence is complicit But even if you do say something, checkmate. If you don't say nothing, which I don't want you to say nothing, checkmate. Because wrong is wrong.
And it's not like he can't, right? I mean, I'm not counting that motherfucker's pockets, right? But we know that Snoop Dogg, like, that motherfucker got more than this entire city, bro. So, I mean.
But he don't have no real connection to the streets. He has people that has connection to the streets. And I don't care how much money you get, don't lose your dopeness or your connection to the place that made you and the people that were there.
True. But what I'm trying to say is that he can easily make things right. It's not like he's hurting.
Of course he can. But, you know, when you do wrong and you bust it, you kind of move different.
So he just don't. So what it is, he just don't want to. He don't want to look like he was doing somebody wrong. So he
wants to be. He wants to be the king. He can do no wrong. He's like Donald Trump. He can't do no wrong.
Yeah. Because if he comes out and makes right, it's like, oh, so you were fucking doing bad business with your people, bro.
But he would be the biggest thing in the game. I'm telling you, you know. But moving on, that's just a part of what's going on. Like I said, I have so much songs that people think I'm just targeting him. Nah, man, I have my daughter. Shout out to Anissa. I got records, all kind of stuff going on. I got records with my homeboy GMZ. We putting our stuff together. You know, so I don't wake up every day and say, oh, is he paying attention when I have a plethora of things going on? Right. No, this is just a small part of my catalog.
Yeah.
But you have to clean this up. And I'm not mad, but at the same time, if you don't have people in your life that are going to tell you about yourself, those people ain't good for you because they're yes men.
Right.
I'm not no motherfucking yes man. You can't, nah. That's what I ain't. And I'm showing him I'm not a yes man. And the people that are coming to, you know, because you can't dupe the fans for too long.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
These people spend 86,400 seconds in a day pimping. Nobody got to spend their hard money on you. So when you dupe the people, that's why his numbers is going low as heck. Because people are getting tired of the antics. Not just with cocaine, but just like you're supposed to represent this king shit and you're doing some other things. And eventually that's going to wear out his welcome.
Yeah. Eventually, people.
So I don't wish nothing bad on him, but you reap what you sow, and the energy that you put out there. Don't get mad when you pissing in the wind.
Well, maybe he ain't got time to take care of that business because he beefing with Suge Knight.
Man, he beefing with a lot of people. You know, he's beefing with a lot of people. Newsflash: really do your homework, nephew. It's a lot of people on his head right now. Very disappointed.
Yeah, facts.
And like I said, this is not about, I don't want to make this whole conversation here about Snoop Dogg. So that's it. You know, I want to move on.
Let's move on.
Yeah, because we got to get to the studio too.
So how'd you tap in with all these Chicano rappers?
Man, I've been doing so much. A lot of people don't know with Chicano rappers. I didn't bless hundreds and hundreds of my Chicano brothers.
A lot of features.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of features.
GMZ got a whole album.
Yeah. And we're working on our second. That's why we late to the studio right now. We got to meet Meech up there and Silk from Aftermath. You know what I mean? We doing some big stuff. You know what I mean? And it's about that because when we come together, music is a powerful influence to break all the politics. See, you got politics in the painting, politics on the landscape, but when it comes to music, for some reason, it brings people together.
Yeah, it knocks those walls down.
Which is powerful.
You know, which one's been your favorite Mexican rapper to work with? Don't say the homeboy because he's here. We're gonna exclude him.
It's a lot. I tend to work with the real ones. You know, Spanky Loco.
Salud Spanky.
It's my carnal.
Tribunal West.
Yeah. Chino. Work with Night Owl.
Salute
and
Night
I got
Owl.
a
Rest
record.
In peace, Night Owl.
Yeah, rest in peace. I got a record that I assembled together with my boy JD and put Mr. Shadow with Ice Cube. We got something called Certified.
Well,
I made that happen. You know, it's the respect that just giving love, taking an imprint of what Eazy-E did and taking it serious, because at the same time, we became good primos, homie. We became like with my homeboys. It was like, wow, man. So it alters the politics and turns it upside down when you get to be in the same area of operation with somebody and talk to somebody like a man.
Yeah.
You see eye to eye.
We discovered your track with Night Owl, Real OG.
Yeah.
The number 2, or it's like a remix version?
No, my boy Prozac actually produced that beat. Yeah, Prozac. The one who did Mount Rushmore, produced on Pac, all kind of stuff. And he did that beat, and that's where I met Mr. Shadow. But Mr. D, just a lot of, man, we be here for days talking about how many songs I did with my Chicano brothers.
Yeah.
Real talk. I'm the most featured black rapper that did something with Chicano artists.
So would you say you're an honorary Chicano rapper?
Yeah, I consider myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, is because we really the same. If people would only know we really the same. It's like you gotta look at Mexico. They banned and abolished slavery. It was a lot of blacks and Mexicans fighting in the Revolutionary War, man. But they knew, damn, how can I pit these fools against each other? So I can change legislation and affect the laws where it could be mostly of a white agenda. It worked, but now we coming together and we waking up slowly but surely.
How do you feel the music scene today, like with the youngsters that are doing it now? Like,
They watching us.
yeah.
The youngsters is watching us. It's what you do. You gotta lead by example, not by poquito sample. And it's too many fools lead by a sample instead of an example because they don't stay consistent with it. See, you can't be a one-off. You gotta stay real and stay consistent with it.
A lot of times the youngsters now they don't show love to those that paved the way. You think you're left out of history?
No,
Because
I
they'll
don't.
remember like the Eazy-E's, the Snoops, the Dre's, but
I mean,
you don't really hear the
overshadowed
yeah.
in history. But now because of this information age, you can't really hide shit. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
So I use it as something positive, and I tend to use the mystique to break the mystique, because when people find out you did something, it brings a shell shock. Like, I didn't know this fool did this. And it's making me like a new artist all over again.
Yeah.
So I have like my DMs stay full of like, hey, OG, I need this, I need this. And even if sometimes the business ain't so good, I don't leave them hanging, because you never know who you talking to.
Facts.
You know, you can't shit on people.
Well, you did a song for this guy. He's the next Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? So I don't know
Yeah,
how
we
that
got one-
happened.
we got
but
one in the chamber.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If you
Long
wouldn't have
time
did-
ago too.
If you
What I-
wouldn't have
what
did the
I-
track for him, you probably wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, well, shit. Man,
Never know.
there's a reason behind everything.
No, I'm just
but
fucking with this guy, bro.
but
Just clowning.
I
But now
would-
we got one in though.
Yeah.
We got one
And
in.
it's dope too.
And it's
Yeah.
dope too. Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
pick people though? Like, if you, I'm sure you get 1,000 messages. So how do you pick? Like, you go by who's dope or?
You got to be able to have instinct. People say, what are you talking about, instinct? We all got instinct. Drive down the street and you say, something don't feel right. Did you see it? No, you what? You felt it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'm able to discern. God give us the power of discernment. It's just you got to know how to operate it, you know. And still, I talk to people. There's some people disrespectful, but I don't treat them disrespectful, because I want to show you, hey, you better than that. You don't have to do that. And sometimes you got to bite your tongue. You got to be patient. And you got to give them the number one thing, which is the most powerful source in the world.
Respect.
It's respect and love. You know what I'm saying?
You wanna? Yeah, what time's the studio?
No, we're supposed to be there
Oh,
at 10
fuck.
o'clock.
Already.
Yeah.
Okay. We usually take phone calls, but shit, you a legend, and we're not trying to like fuck up your time.
No, we could take some phone calls.
we could take some phone calls.
Yeah, they gonna wait.
Okay. We'll take
And I
some
was
phone
gonna
calls.
say, dog. You know
Oh,
what?
let me use the bathroom.
Hold on, let me.
Go ahead,
We
call.
gonna do this live. It's all real time. Hold on, watch this. Hold on, Zach. I can do this, right?
No, well, I gotta use the bathroom, so let's see what.
Yeah, we can do this right here. Hold on. Call Joseph Lomberg. Hello? Hello? Hey, we running a little late, man. It's getting juicy. So just tell everybody to hold up for us. I'm going to have something special for you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's here. Everybody's here.
Tell nobody leave nowhere. Tell Meech. Tell everybody we coming. We coming. You actually live on the air.
Okay, for sure. It's all love.
That's the one who did Pimp Slap, Snoop Dogg, Joseph Lineberg.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Tell them to hold it down.
Yeah, hold it down. We on the way. We finna ski skirt. They got like 5 more minutes to call, and we'll be there around 11 o'clock.
All right, for sure.
All right, Chuck. Thank you, homie.
Okay, let me use the bathroom
Set it
real
up
quick. And I'll
fast.
set up the calls.
Yeah, set it up.
Just chop it up real quick.
She on me?
Well, what you were saying about the young generation, I think for sure the young generation is watching because they're using a lot of the old funk style shit.
You noticed that?
I noticed that shit like a month.
They going back.
And in order to do that, they have to go back
Yeah.
and listen to everything. You know what I mean? Because I hear samples of I've heard people do the Black Superman song.
Brown
I've heard,
Superman.
and I've heard that one. I've heard just like a lot of the old school funk. They're even doing like Eminem songs, like taking his shit and like doing like beat for beat.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
There's something about funk music. It'll never die. And you can't put no substitution on good music. It's forever. It's not like you break your leg in soccer or you break your Achilles heel in basketball. It's over with. But you can't put no expiration date on dope music. That's why fools still ride low ride with oldies but goodies. And it's like we used to sample them back in 90 for like 10 and 20 years. Now we them. So the youngsters is coming back, and it's like they loving it, man. Like, and it's good because you can't be a Michael Jordan forever without handing the baton to put a Kobe Bryant on.
Yeah, it's crazy too because like I listen to hip hop. When I listen to those like 88, 89, 90, 91, 92-ish albums, they're really like hip hop. Like I hear J.O. Felonies, The Locust on His Own, but then I hear a song like the 22.5 Fahrenheit, the similar beats, the hip hop beats. Then when you hear like the funk one, it was more like in that Pac era. Like it was more up tempo, more, you know what I mean? Like more banging, like boom. So it switches, the time switch, but it's like coming back full circle.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of the cats, you know, do a lot of things, and I'm proud of the youngsters, you know, because this is what it is, man. We made this music, make sacrifices for y'all to benefit, and you should love where you come from. You don't have to adopt anything else. People are trying to be like you, you know, and I'm glad, you know, the youngsters is really starting to pay attention to what we put down, because the music is everlasting, man. It will be timeless. You make a classic, it'll be here before you long gone, you know.
Yeah, it's facts. Hell yeah. Take these phone calls. Make sure you guys get the likes up. I think we're at let's see where we're at. Did you do the sponsors, Blue?
No, not today. Let me set up these calls. Give me a second.
Well, I'm finna get this hen in my cup, and this ooey gummy stuff. I'm just trying to compose myself.
Hell yeah. You like shrooms? That's off the wall question. Fuck.
Shit, I just took 3 chocolate shrooms before I came here.
Damn.
Shit. Why you think I got my glasses on?
Hell
and
yeah.
shit?
Fuck yeah. You know what's crazy? Shrooms is like, they're good. But one time I cooked some mescaline. You ever heard of that shit?
Yeah.
Mescaline? It comes from a cactus. Fuck, that shit had me tripping.
Man, listen, I ain't.
You take that shit before, mescaline?
No, hell no. You know what I'm saying? The most I did is, and I don't do it no more, but I did coke back in the days. I smoked a little weed. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nothing else. You know, I learned from those experiences.
Shrooms are cool.
You know, but shrooms is cool, man. I use it for writing, you know?
Yeah, it opens you up a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, phone calls are now open. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Make sure you guys hit the like button. All right, the phone number is listed. It is 213-770-7838. Go ahead and call in. Turn down your TVs. Turn down your computers. Speak directly to the phone. Don't do the extras. Be respectful, and you will get respect in return.
Yes, sir.
All right. It's about a 5-second lag before people start calling in. All right, let's go. Run it up. Salute to everybody that's here. Once again, 213-770-7838. I need everybody to call in. Everybody that's in the chat, go ahead and call in. Let's get this running. Let's get this up and going.
I
Let's
heard
go.
you took a shot of tequila the other day, dog.
I don't drink, sir.
This fucking guy. No?
No, sir.
Okay. I gotta stop believing in people that call me.
Yeah, they trying to smut me up there, sir. You know.
Never put no smut up on my name. And y'all hear that DDD sound? I'm a diabetic, so shout out to all the diabetics out there. I got my insulin pump. It do me real good. Take care of yourself. Your health is your wealth.
Your health is
You know, the poison is in the food. You know, I don't need to stress that enough. Go back to the jungles. Go back to the herbs. So, you know, I'm able to do that. You know what I mean? And I'm the funky diabetic, so that's why y'all hear that.
Yeah, you gotta watch what you eat, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, you're in the building. Can you hear us?
I couldn't even hear it ring.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine. He's diabetic too.
Yeah.
And he got that thing too. But he be tripping me out. We'll be eating and shit, and he'll like take his rations hella serious, dog.
Yeah.
Like I mean to like I can only eat 1/4 of this potato, and I'm like, man, that's it. He cuts it.
Yeah, portional.
Yeah, portion. Everything's in portions, man.
For sure.
And it's crazy.
You know, it's young babies getting it.
Yeah, he's a younger dude. Yeah, he's a young dude.
You know?
Too. Yeah. He's a young homie.
Pretty
I'm
soon
like,
I'll be 60 and I feel good.
yeah, damn.
Yeah.
60.
Yo, can you hear us?
I can hear something, but
Wait, hold on.
About 3 years.
Did I get in?
Yo, can you hear us?
Yeah, what up?
Can you hear it in the headphones?
What's
Finally
up?
got through, yeah.
Yes, sir. What's up?
What up, Kokane? What up, Blue Devil? Opina? It's West Grim.
Yeah, salute.
Yeah, I turned the TV down because I didn't want to get that delay. But no, I was gonna ask Kokane if you remember the 1989 Cold Rocket Spring Break. That shit was like. So I had to do it. I was at the Run DMC Raising Hell tour in Long Beach. That was my first rap
yeah,
concert.
that was crazy over there.
That shit was crazy.
Woo,
That shit was
you talking
crazy
about
as
like
fuck.
Riot City? Yeah, that was. That was crazy,
my
my
second
boy.
My second concert was the 1989 Cold Rocket Spring Break, and they had another riot there. That shit was crazy.
Man, that
That's a
was
celebrity theater.
crazy, bro. You said some shit. Yeah.
I have the audio recording of that. I have the whole set, NWA. I have the whole thing. I don't even know how I got it. It like came off like one of them used to do like the IRC.
Yeah, send it to me,
So
man.
I got it off there.
Send
But
it
I
to
have
me.
the actual audio recording. The trip.
Yeah, send it to me, man. DM me at Kokane _OG_ that's on Instagram. And I like sharing.
On your Instagram?
I like sharing the homie shit. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Send it to me.
I'll send you a copy of that, man, because that thing, like, nobody, and it even has the riot at the end where they had to shut it down.
Right.
That shit was crazy.
All right, Wes Green, we're going to take the next call.
Thanks for the love.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Keep pushing.
Mexico, you're in the building.
Well, all right, y'all. What up, Kokane?
What's happening with it, big dog?
Hey, Blue.
What's up? I'm right here.
Opina.
Salute.
Salute.
Noche, my boy. That was me calling earlier, but you couldn't hear me, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I could hear Opina talk about papas and all kinds of stuff. But hey, just wanted to tap in and show Kokane some love. Legendary king of the hook right there. Before Nate Dogg, no diss to him, right? R.I.P.
Right.
But man, I've been fucking with you for the longest, my boy. You know what I mean?
Man, I appreciate it. Gracias,
We down
homie.
to that, the last meal and the Eastsiders all up in Centinela B Yard back in 2001, 2 and 3.
Ah,
Okay.
appreciate you, man.
This is Downer, homie, from Orange County, from Santa Anita. Baby Blue Dramatic in the chat. You know, just wanted to tap in and show you your respect, G. You know what I mean?
Thank you,
Shout
man.
out GMZ as well, and keep doing your thing, OG.
Thanks,
You know what I
man.
mean? Gracias for all them fucking bomb-ass jams, dog.
Man, thank you, my boy.
Salute the squad.
Yes, sir.
I'm gone. G, gracias, Blue. Opina, have a good one, dog.
All right, you
Much
too.
love, my boy. Rato.
All right, fellas.
Yes, sir.
He didn't even let you respond. All right, let's go. Come on.
It's all good.
Numbers are coming in. We'll take like 2 more calls. Come on. I was having problems with the Bluetooth for some reason. All right, we're going to take 2 more calls. Come on. 2 more calls. Who's going to be the 2 lucky motherfuckers? Come on. Let's go. 213, you're in the building.
Yo, what up, Big Dog? This is Big Dog Status in the chat. What's going on, homies? Shit.
What up, bro?
Hey, salute to Big Devil, Opina, OG Kokane. Want to give a shout out to all 3 of you guys putting it down for Raza, especially Kokane. Give you guys brother. A major props for doing what you're doing in the chat and for the culture. You know, I've been following you, Kokane, since high school. Back to the murder rap, you know, That's Mafia Life, VSOP, you know, Uncle Sam's Curse, always putting it down. Shout out to Kokane, Co 87, Gold Mac, KMG, rest in peace, DJ Cool to Chaos, Lay Law, CPO.
Yeah.
And the Big Dog Status right here, checking in from Boyle Heights, baby.
Man, much love, Big Dog. Appreciate it, man. Keep banging that G-Funk, man. We still here.
Yeah, dog. I bumped you forever, dog, from high school, from 8th grade to high school. To this day, I still bump you in my car, dog, all day long. You're a Snoop Dogg diss. I bump it hard, blast that shit with the whoopers on, the kickers, the big amps, and just blast it. People come by and see.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man, stick with it. Like all those records, you know what I mean? It made us who we are, man. I love the West Coast. I love the landscape. And I wouldn't be doing this, man, without you, man. No cap.
I know, man.
You know what I'm saying?
So
appreciate
good shout out to you. You've been doing good. I'm just happy to talk to you for the first time. You know, you're just top dog in the game, homie. 100% respect, Big Dog.
Man,
Okay.
thanks, man. God bless you.
All right, my boy. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate you. 775, you're in the building. Yo,
Hello?
775.
Hey. Hello, Hater World. This is Jacob. I just had a question with everyone's permission, if I could ask Mr. Kokane about the album Young Gangsters, Premeditated Gangsterism with K-Psycho and G-Red.
You got to refresh my memory. You know what I'm saying? I done so many songs that the homies
Hello, Hater World.
Yeah.
Excuse me for the bad phone call. May I ask Blue Devil and Alpina permission to talk to Mr. Kokane?
702, you're the last caller. What up?
That was kind of crazy.
What up? Salute to Haters World. Hey, big shout out to Kokane, man, for coming through and blessing the platform, man. Hey, I don't have a color TV, man. I don't see black and white. You know what I mean? It's all about trying to bridge the gap between the streets, dog. Salute to Kokane, Haters World. Hey, man, keep doing your thing, man. God bless y'all.
God bless you too, brother.
That was the last caller, all right? That was the last caller of the night. Any last words, Opina?
Man, appreciate it, man, for you sliding through, taking time out of your day. Yeah. I know you're busy, man. You know, give you your flowers, dog, and salute, man.
Thank you.
You know, keep doing your thing.
And I appreciate, you know what I mean? Your music is hard. All your music is hard, too. I'm a fan of your music.
Oh, I'm a rapper today.
Trust me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Planet, you know, I love your platform. Continue to put the word out there, man. Continue to raise the culture. You know what I mean? Because you guys got a very important job to do, and it's good you standing up and staying consistent. So I'm gonna give you flowers in the whole garden.
Yeah, appreciate same here too.
Yes, sir.
You're a West Coast legend, always will be.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yep. Can't wait for the new shit to drop, bro.
Yeah, you can go to my site and get it because all my stuff is independent. You can go to www.
Yeah, let them know.
Yeah, you can go to www.music.com. You pronounce it music.com. Make sure you get the latest and greatest, Funk and the Bitches of Dr. Kokane. That's 37 songs of nothing but pure G-Funk. And I also got a blues album that's available on all the streaming fuckery platforms. You can get it there. It's called Buddy Long. And I got some artists. My daughter, Anissa Long, she'll be coming out. And I also got this kid named Schizo from Buffalo. You know what I mean? That's doing his thing. And very important, too, my boy, me and GMZ, we're working on an incredible second project. And it already got Cole 187, who's the head of production. It got Daz on it. It got, it's just incredible. You know, got Meech Wells producing on it. And last but not least, we can't wait to put that video of that song we did together.
That we got to do. Yep.
Salute.
Yep. Salute.
Damn.
I've been working in the background, man. We got to come. We're going to do it, Kokane.
Yeah, so I appreciate y'all and Hater World. Everybody at Hater World.
All right, with that being said, salute to everybody. Thank you for being here.
Hell yeah.
Catch us in the next one. We're going to do part 2 soon. Let's go.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue Devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, hate the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in, homie.